The most common question I'm getting right now is everybody is asking, will the home prices drop in 2023? That's one of the most common questions I'm getting right now. Being a mortgage professional, I talk to agents, clients, past clients, even random people on the street. Everybody is asking, not even as much about the interest rates. We know the interest rates are went through the roof. They're asking and to see what I think about the market, about the home prices, and will the home prices drop. If you're interested, keep on watching. I'll share some cool data with you. You know what I'm talking about. Keep on watching. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Peter Oreziak, and I'm a senior loan officer and certified mortgage advisor with Cherry Creek Mortgage in the Woodlands, Texas. And I've been helping clients for the past 11 years successfully finance their home purchase. So the most common question I'm getting right now is, will the home prices drop? I have clients that are pre-approved, that are still on the fence. Should they buy a house now or should they wait? Everybody thinks, based on the media, that the prices will come down just like they did in 08. But I wanted to share some information with you to shed some light so that you can make an informed decision for yourself and your family if this is a good time to buy a house. So if you're ready, let's do this. When we look at the Fed history and what's going on right now, this is a comparison of what happened in the past. So going back all the way when we had Volcker, when there was a recession, the mortgage rates were 12%, 18%. So basically, the Fed, they had to increase just to cater the inflation and get the inflation under control, and it worked. And basically, what the consequences were a recession. And then if we look at Greenspan, same thing. The inflation when he entered, it was 1.75, then it went up to 3.5. Mortgage rates went up again. The Fed had to counter it. Inflation and mortgage rates hate each other. So the only way they can counter the inflation is to increase raise mortgage interest rates. So the inflation came down, but at the end, we still had a recession, right? So there's a pattern, as you can see. So now under Powell, when he got in, it was 1.5 inflation. Now we're at over 8.5. So the interest rates went all the way on the bottom. You can see over here, it went from 2.5 to over 5. So if they counter and they increase the interest rates, then that should counter the inflation. The inflation should drop, but it's most likely that we will see a recession yet again. So what happens with mortgage rates during a recession? As you can see in this chart over here, going all the way back to 1972, the interest rates actually do pretty well. So every time there's a recession, we saw the mortgage interest rates come down. And that goes back to 1982, 1990, like all the way back. And if you look on the chart over here, all the way to 2022, we're probably going to have the same thing. So we're expecting a recession because this inflation, the increase in mortgage interest rates, will cause a crash. And when we have a recession, the mortgage rates will usually do well. So when we have a recession, the mortgage rates actually drop. And as we can see in this chart over here, the housing stays strong through recessions. I know that everybody still remembers '08 when we had a crash, but it was actually the only time in history where the real estate, the home prices actually dropped. That was out of the 9 last recessions, 8 out of them, we did not see a decline in the pricing in the homes. It was only in '08 where that happened, and that happened only once. And if you go back and look at this chart over here, you could see that the home prices still continue to go up. The main thing we need to look at to help us answer the question, will the home prices come down, is this right here. We have a record low inventory, okay? So if you look at this chart over here, and you can look at '07, we had the inventory was at 3.7 million. So you had 3.7 million homes available and on the market. And if you see what's going on right now, it's under a million. It's 870,000. So the inventory of homes that are on the market is way lower than we had back in '08. And that's why when we look at this, when we advise people, this is one of the things that obviously points out that the housing will not crash and the home prices will not come down simply because of supply and demand. We have an overwhelming buyer demand right now and a shortage of housing. And you can see that clearly over here. So from 3.7 million, now we have under a million. So there's a lot fewer homes on the market right now. And that's why the housing will still stay strong. And if we look at the number of households going all the way back to 2007, in 2007, on the bottom over here, you could see it was just a little over 116 million. And now if you go all the way on top, 2021, we're at 129, almost 130. So this is where the big difference is, guys. Okay, if we're trying to understand, and we look at data that shows and supports this conclusion, is that the housing market will still be very strong, and it's because we have 14 million more households and almost 3 million fewer homes available for potential buyers. That's why we still stay strong. The houses will not come down in price. So if you're looking to buy a house now or in the near future, and especially if you're in Texas, the housing market will remain, the home prices will not come down. Hope you find this information helpful. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Make sure you check out this video right over here. That's what YouTube thinks you should watch next. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.